What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Does anyone remember the Hey Arnold Christmas special? The one where you find out Mr. Wynn is so miserable at Christmas time because he gave up his baby daughter to the American soldiers fleeing Vietnam? Granted, this did have a happy ending, very Gift of the Magi, where Helga found out that Arnold wanted to reunite Mr. Wynn with his daughter for Christmas, so she gave up her prized Christmas gift to a city official to help find Mr. Wynn's daughter so that Arnold's Christmas wish could come true. I just remember seeing this as a kid and not really having a frame of reference for the Vietnam War, but I deeply understood how painful and traumatic this was. Hey Arnold was really freaking real, guys.
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
You can't be. You just can't be. But you are, aren't you? You're him. You're my father.
Yes, Jackie.
And this is what the accident did to you?
Not accident. Not accident.
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Be one of your, horsemen of the apocalypse?
Dad?
Not now, sweetie. The grown-ups are talking.
Oh, wow, that's a great offer. How about instead I shuffle the functions of every hole in your face?
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Do it! That's not funny. That's not...
It's okay, Tim. It's okay.
We buried the Joker deep beneath Arkham.
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
I will talk about this episode until the day I die. There's an episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog, go figure, called The Great Fusilli. That's the one where this Darkwing Duck wannabe looking at. Anyway, he comes into town, right, as a puppet master, promising that Muriel and Eustace will be stars.
Now you belong to Fusilli.
I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that's right. He turns them into puppets. But Courage don't know how to fix this shit. He keeps them as puppets.
It don't rain. Dog. Booga booga booga. The things I do for love.
And that's how it ends! It's made worse when you realize that this was supposed to be the series finale of Courage. They were gonna end the show like this, bro. Childhood is fuck!
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
If you wonder why 80s and 90s kids got so hooked on huffing spray paint, it was because of Littlefoot's mom dying in the land before time. It was incredibly fucked up.
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Thanks, buddy.
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Your mind. That's how I knew you weren't going to use Mrs. Waller's weapon on me.
No, I wasn't.
You were going to try and talk me into fixing what I've changed. Before I die.
Yes,
I'm dying very soon.
yes. I'm sorry.
Could you stay with me? I'm scared.
One of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show? What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Felicidades.
Notas de voz de Aldo Maldonado. Mi amigo Eduardo me invitó a un evento que se va a hacer en quién sabe dónde. Sonó el teléfono, me distraje y de repente desapareció. ¿Se esfumó? El ser de oscuridad perfecta y absoluta. Doña Guardia, y yo seré el elegido para entregar mi existir a él.
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
I can't seem to get happy. Maybe this will help. No, I guess not.
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Baby man, baby man, baby man. Stop. Oh!
I have learned much from you. Thank you, my teachers. And now for your education.
Before there was time, before there was anything, there was nothing. And before there was nothing, there were months. Here's your gold star.
Mr. Kinaboo?
Monster!
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Vi alla kind of bara accepterade det här.
What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show? What's one of the darkest things you've ever seen in a children's show?
Y'all remember Power Rangers, right? Remember how the villains had these foot soldiers? In the original Mighty Morphin season, they were called Putty Patrollers. You know, those gray clay beings that would go... Well, in a later season, known as Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, the main villain had their foot soldiers, the Stingwingers, do this! This is Power Rangers, y'all! And they were strapped with bombs and blew themselves up to destroy the Megazords! What the heck? I know 10-year-old me was shocked, and I still can't get over the fact that this happened in Power Rangers!